Today I'm going to teach you how to do long division. So the first thing you need to know is that a smaller number goes into a bigger number. So we can write 548 divided by 4. But we can't do anything with that, so we're going to rewrite it like this. Okay, now the next step after we've rewritten it in the proper format is to see how many times does 4 go into 548? Well, we don't know. We can look and make it smaller. How many times does 4 go into 54? Well, we don't know. So we can make it smaller still. How many times does 4 go into 5? Think back to your multiplication facts. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 is bigger than 5. So we can't put a 2 here because we can't have an 8 underneath here. So we have to use 1. We always have to go with the one that's smallest. So we'll write a 1. The next step after we divide is to multiply. 1 times 4 is 4. We write that here. The next step is to subtract 4 minus 5 is 1. Now stop and check. Make sure that this number here is always smaller than this number. If this is bigger, we did something wrong. We either subtracted incorrectly, or more likely, we put a number that was too small here. But in this case, we're fine. So we're going to go on to the next step. And the next step is to bring down the very next number. Now we have 14. So we're going to say 14 divided by 4. And what is that? So we go back to our multiplication facts. And we know that 4 times 4 is 16. Well, 16 is bigger than 14, so that's no good. So we need to go to one right below it. 4 times 3 is 12. 12 is smaller than 14, so we're going to put a 3 right here. Now that we've completed our division step, we need to do our multiplication. 3 times 4 is 12. We're going to write 12 right here. Now we go back and we subtract again. 14 minus 12 is 2. 2 is still smaller than 4, so we're on the right track. If this was bigger than 4, we would have done something wrong, and we would have had to go back. If we had said 2, it goes into 14 2 times, it would have come up with a way bigger number, and that would be an example of when we'd have to go back. So now we go to our next step, our bring down step. So we bring down that 8. 4 goes into 28 exactly 7 times, and we know that from our multiplication facts. So 548 divided by 4 is exactly 137. This example had no remainders in it. Now we're going to go do another example. If we have 3 divided by 27, 3 does not go into 2 at all. It goes in 0 times. So we can put a 0 here. We don't need to. Now 3 can go into 27, and that happens to go into it exactly 9 times. And we know that from our multiplication facts. So if we go 9 times 3 is 27, and do the subtraction, we get 0. Well, there's nothing more to bring down, so we're done. And this is a 0, so we're done. And that's how you know that 3 times 9 is 27. Alright, so one final example. We're going to do a bigger number. I'm sorry, a smaller number. 59 divided by 2. So 2 goes into 5 2 times. 2 times 2 is 4. We know that from our multiplication facts. Now we're going to subtract. 5 minus 4 is 1. 1 is smaller than 2, so we're okay. We're going to go ahead and bring down our number here, which is a 9. 2 divided by 19. Now 2 will go into 19 9 times. 2 times 9 is 18. So if we put a 9 here, 9 times 2 is 18. We subtract, and we get 1. 1 is smaller than 2, so we're good. Now when we go to bring down, there's nothing else to bring down, but we still have a number here that is in 0. So we call that the remainder. So we say that this is 29 remainder 1, and we just write it like that and leave it like that. And that is how you do long division.